In today's video, we are going to be looking at why rabbits eat their bunnies. Guys, this is something common if you're into breeding rabbits. You realize that sometimes you have your rabbit pregnant, and on the due date that is supposed to give birth, you come in the cage, you find some little bit of fur, but you don't have any bunnies. When you check around, you see maybe some blood, which is an indication that your rabbit gave birth. And even sometimes you can find when the rabbit has left a few parts. Maybe you have a leg or a head, or you have even a few bunnies which are still alive, but maybe their tail has been eaten and stuff like that. So if you have been getting this kind of problem, we're going to be discussing how you can avoid it on your farm, because it's really bad for you to be able to find that your bunny has eaten all the babies. It kind of demoralizes you as a farmer, and you also kind of get confused on how you're going to be able to have a successful farm if you're having this kind of challenges. So if you find this kind of content interesting, please stick around. This is what we're going to discuss in this video. Now, the number one reason why your rabbits are eating bunnies is probably you breeding young rabbits. Now, what happens is that if you're breeding these rabbits which are very young, most of the time they don't know what to do when it comes to nursing bunnies. And what is going to happen is that when a rabbit gives birth, each bunny comes out in its own sack. So the rabbit is going to clean up the bunnies, and what happens is that most of these first mothers don't know how to clean the bunnies and just end up eating everything. So the rabbit eats the placenta that comes and everything that comes with the bunny, and it cleans it up. So if your rabbit is just very young, it just ends up eating the bunnies. So ensure that the rabbits which you're going to breed are at least 6 months old. It's not a guarantee that the ones which are 6 months old will not be able to eat the bunnies, but at least there is a very low chance of this happening. Now, the second thing that could cause your rabbits eating the bunnies is going to be fostering. Of course, fostering is a good thing, and this is a common practice in rabbit farming, where you take bunnies from a rabbit which has given too many bunnies, and you kind of spread them out to other bunnies or other rabbits that have given birth to fewer bunnies. You kind of balance the load across your rabbits, and that way you can actually achieve better results. You can achieve high survival rate. Remember, a rabbit has only 8 nipples, and sometimes a rabbit will give birth to 12 bunnies. So if it gives birth to 12 bunnies, you know that at least every time it jumps into the cage to nurse the bunnies, there are going to be about 4 rabbits which are not going to get a nipple to suck. So when this happens, now you kind of foster these bunnies to other rabbits which you will have bred on the same date. That's why for us we encourage that when you're breeding your rabbits, at least breed in pairs or breed in groups, so that if you have one rabbit that gives birth to too many bunnies, and then maybe other rabbits have given birth to a few rabbits, you can kind of spread the excess to the other bunnies. However, if you don't do it well, you can end up causing issues, and your bunnies eat the extra bunnies that you will have put in the nest box, or even just eat the entire litter. So what we have found out to work is that you can foster up to 4 bunnies, and you are not going to have challenges if they have not been born beyond 4 days apart. Guys, if you don't do the fostering well, it can end up being a source of your problems on the farm. The other cause of rabbits eating their bunnies is going to be if you're putting your mother rabbits in a crowded cage. Let's say you're keeping your bunnies in some form of a colony setup where you have a bundle of rabbits staying in one cage, and that's where your mother rabbit has given birth. Now, sometimes your mother rabbit will be threatened by these other rabbits which are around it, and then it's going to eat the bunnies, thinking that it is protecting them from these other rabbits, and when these other rabbits leave, it's going to vomit them back. That way you find that it has eaten the entire litter because it has been intimidated by the rest of the rabbits living in that colony cage. So ensure that whenever your rabbit is going to give birth, even if you have your rabbits for some reason, you have them in a colony setup, whenever your rabbit is going to give birth or it has given birth, try to separate it and put it in a separate cage where it's going to be nursing its bunnies until weaning age. Another reason why the rabbit can eat its bunnies is when it is getting stillbirths. Now, stillbirths, these are rabbits which are born dead or die on arrival. When they are just born, they come when they are dead, or they die after just a few minutes after being born. Now, what is going to happen is that once the rabbit senses that this bunny is very cold, okay, it's going to simply eat it. You get in that process of cleaning it, and it says that the bunny is very cold, it's going to just eat it. So, and by doing so, after eating this one bunny that came dead, or a few bunnies which came dead, the rabbit can get confused and end up eating the entire litter. So that's one thing. However, on this one, you don't have much control over it. But what you can ensure is to take good care of your rabbit, provide it the best nutritional feed that you can give it while it's pregnant, so that the bunnies inside the stomach can grow out well. That way, I think that's the best that you can do. Now, the other cause of bunnies eating their litter at birth is going to be if your rabbit is having diet issues. Now, diet issues comes in feeding feeds which are not balanced, feeding rabbit food which is lacking in calcium content, feeding food which is not enough. Okay, you find that on the day when your rabbit gives birth, maybe in the night you did not give enough food, so the rabbit gives birth and it is very hungry. And remember, it's going to be cleaning these bunnies by eating the placenta and the rest of the things which come with the little bunnies. But it is very hungry. So what do you expect that is going to happen in this situation? So you need to give your rabbit adequate feeds when you know that it is due to deliver. Okay, most of the time it will even not eat the feeds until when it has given birth. Immediately the rabbit has finished giving birth, it's going to be super hungry. So I believe this is why the rabbit ends up eating its bunnies if you have not provided the feeds. And so ensure that every time your rabbit is nearing giving birth, every night, go and fill up its feed so that after it has given birth, it has a lot of feed to eat. The other aspect that can lead into your rabbit eating its bunnies is if your rabbit is actually stressed. Now, stress comes from two things or a couple of things. Stress can come from you handling your rabbit too much. If you're this kind of person that handles their bunnies too much, which is a good thing because you should handle your bunnies. That's how you tame their temperament, so that they don't scratch you whenever you're cleaning for them, whenever you're feeding them. It's a good thing to always handle your rabbits. But at least when your rabbit is pregnant, try not to handle it too much. Okay? Because this can end up stressing it. When your rabbit has stress, it can end up eating the bunnies. The stress can also come from if you have a lot of noise around the cage where the rabbit is going to give birth from. So ensure that the place is quiet and nice for your bunny to stay. The stress can also come if your rabbit is not getting enough food and it's also not getting enough clean water. That can also give it stress. So try to manage the stress levels of your rabbit when it is pregnant to avoid this kind of problem. Another thing that is going to cause your rabbit to eat its bunnies at birth is if it is in a panic attack. If your rabbit is experiencing any form of panic, it's going to eat the rabbits in a way that it is protecting them from anything that could be life-threatening. Now we're going to be talking about if you're around your rabbit, you have predators. Now, predators, we are talking about if you're having a cat, okay? Cats coming into your rabbit structure, if you're having dogs coming into your rabbit structure, if you're having rats, if you're having snakes, okay, anything that is trying to threaten your rabbit, the rabbit can end up eating the entire litter in a way that it is protecting them from this predator. When this predator goes away, the rabbit will vomit them back, and of course that never happens. So ensure that wherever you have your rabbit deliver from is secure from predators, especially dogs, cats, and rats. Okay, if you have your dogs at home, of course, that you have introduced to your rabbits, and your cats also know your rabbits, there's no need for you to worry about that. Like for us here on the farm, we have a few cats which even come here in our rabbit structure, and our rabbits are kind of used to seeing them. So whenever they see them, they don't panic. But this is something that you have to do intentionally, so that you introduce your other pets that you keep at home, to your bunnies, so that whenever the two come across each other, there is no form of panic. Now, among other things that you can do to avoid your rabbits from eating the bunnies is going to be not fostering too many rabbits from one rabbit to another. That you should stay away from it. The other thing we have already discussed is not handling your rabbit too much, as that can result into stressing it. Providing your rabbits adequate feeds and drinking water when it is about to deliver. Then the other thing is going to be providing a nest box so that your rabbit can actually deliver in that nest box. It's going to act as a hiding place for the baby bunnies. Then the other thing that also you can try to do is to ensure that you're facing off your farm so that there's no access to predators to your farm. That's also going to go a long way in helping you manage this issue. Guys, if you've watched the video this far, consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time we upload the next video, you're notified to come and watch. If you have any comments or any ideas that you would like to share with us, if you have any questions regarding how you can manage baby rabbits on your farm, please put it in the comment section below. We will try our best to get back to everyone. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.